This was prepared by the elders, some members of our congregation, and I could make it very simple and say, here, and go sit down. We just went through Pastor Appreciation Month. This quote is in addition to that. This is the 40th year of pastors' service in the ministry. We did not want that to go without recognition. So Pastor, would you step down here, please? I could be very verbose and say a whole lot of words, but I won't. I could just hand this to you and walk away, but I won't. So I give this to you and ask particularly that you open that one and show it to the congregation.
Yes, sir.
He does know when his superiors talk, doesn't he? And I say that because, quote, you are his superior in this instance. You called him to this parish for his service. And for that, we are very thankful that he accepted. He doesn't seem to know how to open anything, but that's probably just an act. Would you please show that to the congregation and read it?
Timing is everything, you know?
That's right.
And I will show you, but I'll also read it to you. Congratulations on your 40th anniversary in God's service, Timothy P. Anderson. May the Lord continue to bless you in your ministry of word and sacrament. Trinity Lutheran Church in Culver, November 2020.
And in addition to that, we have an envelope here. And in that, actually not an envelope, it's a sack. In that sack are a few things that I know you should appreciate. One is a check, and the other is some rolls of stamps. And since we know you do a lot of mailing, we feel that that will come in handy. And we know that you have not submitted a billing, so we're going to catch up with you one way or the other.
I was going to give it to you at the next meeting, but thank you, and thanks to all of you.
And Don, I believe you have something else to be said?
Yes, I do. I took the liberty of taking some emails that were sent in. This doesn't feel. Now I feel better. I took the liberty of taking some emails and transcribed them on paper so I can read it. But I transcribed it word for word, okay? This one came from Ben. And this gentleman right here, okay. Do you want me to read this, Ben? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Be careful what you ask. Okay, Dad, congratulations on an amazing 40 years in the Lord's ministry. You have been the best dad I could have ever asked for, and then some for the last 42 years. You have always been steadfast, strong, and a constant leader for me, not just your church community. I'm so proud to call you Dad. Love, your son, Ben. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm having a hard time reading these. Okay, this one comes from, what, number 2, Sam?
He's number 3. Johanna's the second one.
Oh, she is? Oh, well, let's get to her. I can't lick my tongue. Here she is. Okay, my dad has been preaching longer than I've been alive. I've never known him to be anything other than a pastor, and he has never strayed from putting God as number one in his life and ours. No matter how challenging times may have been, even in adulthood, my dad is still the go-to when my brothers or I need a word of encouragement or a word of wisdom and faith to put us back on the right path. He's the reason I am the person I am today and a large influence on my children. He is patient, strong, and a great role model. He has devoted his life to God and his church. While I didn't always appreciate going to church service, and there's a funny smile, I was always proud of who my dad was and what he stood for. I can't imagine the number of people you've had a lasting impression on and who are better off spiritually, physically, and mentally because the time you invested in each of them. So proud of you, Dad. Congrats on 40 years. Love always, your daughter, Johanna. I keep wanting to.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so now we go to number 3. This is Sam. Now Johanna is up in Illinois, right up on the north side. Okay. What's the community?
Deerfield.
Deerfield. Okay. This is Sam, and him and his wife are out in Kansas City, right? Missouri? Good boy. Okay. Dear Dad, congratulations on 40 heartfelt, tireless, and inspiring years as a minister. I've been around for 35 of them, and I've always looked up to you and your many years of service, and how you have always been there for the people that you serve. Your career has had many twists and turns, from California to Indiana to Kentucky to Nebraska and finally back home to Indiana. I am so happy for the congregation in Culver. They are truly blessed to have you as a minister, and I am so happy that you are able to continue to serve as a witness and leader in Christ. Mom, Ben, Johanna, and I are so proud of you and all that you have done for the many congregations you have served, and for the example of Christ you have set for us, your family, with your love, patience, and kindness. Here's to your many more years serving God's mission. We love you. I just wanted to make a comment. The congregation obviously would like to put together a dinner, but under these circumstances, and we got so many of our members that can't even attend right now because of their work and so forth and their concerns. So afterward, if you stick around, a couple of us might buy you lunch. Okay. And I just want to say, I fully concur with your 3 children. And I'll tell you, if my 3 kids ever wrote something like that, I'd be the proudest guy.
Sure you can.
We thank you for your ministry, and we appreciate it, and we thank God for sending you.
For those of you who might be wondering, no, this was not a surprise. What was a surprise possibly was what is taking place. But the fact that we had to involve Cindy especially, and for her to be here today, he would have to realize something's up, if nothing else. And I don't think he's stupid enough to think that, she just came for the joy of being with me. But we thank you again. We acknowledge that this definitely was not a surprise, but we also acknowledge we are very grateful that you're here, very grateful for what you do and what you say, and we thank you. We allow you to go out.